VP playing up to their maximum potential. You want to see him with the ball, with a full tank of boost. Often he's going to be able to make plays for this Virtus.pro team. Right now, they are forced back, and actually a bit of a misplay there at the midfield is going to allow a couple challenges. Swift reset to one, lost is in. FURIA is already in the lead.
And this is the problem we've been seeing for a lot of the teams playing against FURIA today. They will dive at everything on offense and get in your face quick. You got two players on the backboard or somewhere around net with low boost. Good luck stopping the 1-2 combo. FURIA strike almost instantaneously in this series.
This kickoff is into the FURIA half. Wavy able to steal that attacking corner boost and maybe get something going here as 2Piece tries to find Talk. It's not an easy angle. He's going to put it to the backboard, land on the back wall. He wanted the shot, he fakes it. Wavy will go instead.
All right, so we got a bit of a slug match here. Both teams are just going to keep on taking shots at each other, and if they do get a goal, it's going to take some effort. Brilliant moves from Talk here. Knows that he's got lost, planted in the net, and all he's got to do is make him jump. Defining characteristics of this team when they play in NA is that cohesion and ability to play around one another. If they do that here, they could end up pinning FURIA into their half, but so far, been chances on either end, but definitely more offense for our orange side, and maybe more goals as well. Perfect read off the backboard. Great initial setup, and it's 2-1 VP.
2Piece chips this around. Yan, 50's lost, leaves Swift in a tough position. You can see how awkward he is. He was panic jumping there.
Last time we got a peek at this VP team, it was not looking nearly as good. Feels like they've ironed out a lot of the issues that we had with them earlier in this tournament. Now they're finding themselves with decent offense, defense, and actually finding themselves without any defense, because if you just get bumped off the ball, good luck.
This is such a tough bump to get. You see Lost landing perfectly inside the net, looking for the defender right away. When you're going for bumps this far off the ball.
Goes right back into the hands of VP, though, who are getting a couple of touches off the backboard, but nothing actually going at the net. That could have, but his pass to Talk was intercepted by Yan. And now trying to take it the other way, looking for a lead block, looking to get it to Lost, who also gets bumped off the ball. We've seen some physical series so far here today, but we've also seen some mechanics. Wavy, the musty from the sidewall, and it bamboozles everybody.
Swift did not realize the amount of power that Wavy could get. I knew there was an opportunity to launch the flick, but what I didn't realize is he was going to be able to get it so hard that it would just sail over the top of Swift.
With 20 seconds to go, they are wasting valuable time that FURIA cannot afford.
I talked about how Yan can outplay two defenders in order to make things easier for his team. Well, Talk can do that as well. We saw that earlier. He wasn't able to get all three of them. We've actually seen 2Piece do that a couple times now as well. When you have the individual ability that this Virtus.pro team has, you can make it so much easier on yourselves. Surely they're going to be able to hit this down on the ground. Virtus.pro are going to take game number one. Trying to put a 50 on. We see Talk with a full tank. He can make magic happen when he has that. He's beaten a couple players. He's bumping somebody on the back wall. He's trying to dish it, and he cannot get a goal because Yan makes the save.
I do think there was an option for him to maybe try to get a pass out center, but you can't really blame him for doing all that work and going, no, I'm getting my own reward. I'm finishing off this play, and I'm getting the dunk, and it might cost his team a goal, because here it goes the other way, and an immediate response from FURIA.
Yeah, I want to see this again here. Swift gets Talk to miss. 2Piece luckily also went for the save as well. He was just not going to be able to get two direct saves. If Talk had made contact, maybe they could have escaped that sequence. But as it stands, FURIA will take the 1-0 lead. They're going to send two players at the kickoff. It's actually going to favor Talk. I just love to see Talk when he has 100 boost. He can always do something. He's going to beat everybody all by himself. The ball's floating in front of the net, but what a save. A backflip from Swift gets it out.
Is so good at. They will push you into your corners. They will not let you get past midfield. The only way you do is by finally getting some boost, and there it is. Both the back boosts finally secured by VP. A chance now for them to set up shop, and I guess they will. Got a little awkward for a second. I think maybe they actually should have retreated, because now they're rushing back, and that's an own goal.
Yeah, there was a couple fakes around this ball. I think 2Piece was trying to get them to go a little bit slower in order to get Talk a possession, but Talk just gets dunked, and then 2Piece panics. I mean, what 2Piece can feel good about is that he had no teammates back.
Running out of time here. 20 seconds to go. 2 goals in that time is basically going to be a miracle, and it's a miracle that they need. If they lose this game, they are basically eliminated from the major.
Ooh. You're getting some news on some series setups. I haven't seen it yet. I know it's going to be a lot of a mess, but we have Falcons and GK going on the other side, and it seems like Virtus.pro need every single last win, and I'm being told, since they're not going to get this one, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, it is looking like, as far as I am being told by our statistician, shout out to our boy Direct, because of this loss, another double commit, sort of. What it definitely is, though, is I was going to say possession to Furia, but I guess low boost. Swift doesn't really want to do all too much with that, didn't want to stick too close. Everyone boosted up for Furia, so it kind of worked, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of nerves here. Fear both teams kind of hesitating in some moments you really wouldn't expect, and other moments they're popping off. What a goal from 2Piece.
2Piece, such a quick read here. He throws it towards net. Lost sends it straight up in the air. 2Piece gets the calculation, makes the play off the back wall. 1-2 in the series. They absolutely have to win. Talk on the ball is able to dunk two players. Wavy and 2Piece both don't have any boosts, but they actually do a good job of faking with each other in order to create a shot opportunity. 2Piece almost gets the angle. The first save is there. Lost has the follow-up to prevent Talk's shot.
I appreciate the idea from Talk there. I think he's trying to bait out a challenge, but in taking the time there, it actually gave some space for Furia to get set up on defense and get prepared for what would become the offense against them. Chance here to maybe get to OT, but that chance is basically gone. This one bangs the other way, and with one extra touch, it'll secure it. VP take another on the verge of a win over Furia.
Turning on the ball, Talk now maybe too heavy of a touch on the side wall. Lost off the ceiling, does manage to get a dunk on Zero as Yan brings it out to the midfield.
Wavy popping this up to Talk, who might have the read off the backboard, especially if it's an open net, but he can't get it between the woodwork.
Sending this one to the ceiling, trying to go back to himself. He does touch it down to 2Piece. Lost is there to prevent the shot attempt. We have a 0-0 game with 20 seconds left to go, but there is maybe one last bit of offense that Virtus.pro can have. Yan sends this one high instead of across the net. Talk trying to go for a double, and another interception will keep it out.
Still a chance here for VP, though, or so I thought. Furia really diving at this out of midfield to try and just prevent any sort of offense from them, and give them a chance of their own. Yeah, trying to get it to a teammate, and no connection is found, so instead, we head to overtime. This one could decide it all. If VP win this, it is the end of the series. Like we said, technically a round 2, because Lost didn't read that, and now he has to try to 50 his way out of the corner, which Talk will not let him. Yan now to take over, and 2Piece to keep it going again. The demo is also causing problems here for Furia. They're trying to escape, but they either have no boost, they don't have men downfield, just everything that could be going wrong for them, unfortunately doing so, and almost everything going right for them on the other end. What just happened as it goes off the board twice? It's a miss save from 2Piece and then 2 missed shots from Furia.
Yeah, 2Piece was awkward, and just little slip-ups like that in a game this tense. There's been some great offense, some nice outplays by individuals, but always matched with a great save. This time, Yan is the one who breaks out Furia. We've got Yan versus 2Piece, it feels like, the way that these guys have been playing. And we actually have the full series over there on the mainstream. Team Falcons taking down. Oh, there it is! I talk about another game for a second and the goal goes in.
Well, for Furia, it's got to be a little bittersweet. It's a great win in a very weird moment as Wavy just gets dunked on out. But regardless of them taking this win, and regardless if they win the next one,
that is exactly what they do. Yan has an air dribble. Does he want to reset? No, he wants to go for a bump, something we see so many teams doing, but still, Virtus.pro make the play.
It's pretty impressive that like half of these offenses are actually connecting. They're getting the reset that they want, they're getting the passing play that they want, they're getting the bump that they want, and still somehow a defender gets back and makes the save. How about on this one? Yeah, of course Swift is back in time. What is that, the 85th save for Swift at this point?
Oh my goodness, can't Swift keep that out. Wavy gets the goal. This whole advantage was actually created earlier by Talk on 0 boost. He was able to outplay so many players and fake them out to get them on offense, but then it's going to be 2Piece and Wavy who find the connection to actually get them the goal. Able to escape. Swift's soft touch, want to make sure he gets some more follow-ups. In fact, he gets a ton of passes and into Yan, but Yan can't get the finish. 2Piece will send it away.
He tried to be very precise with that shot. Unfortunately, he was so precise with it that he shot it wide of net. How about on this one, though? Never mind. Nothing missed about this. Brilliant final touch from Yan to just lay it off the Lost.
That is so perfect. Just puts it right on a platter for Lost. He couldn't ask for a lot more. A pre-jumping defender was already in the air, maybe worried about a potential Yan shot, but it wasn't Yan shooting. It was him dropping it off to the duo he's been playing with for so long. Lost able to equalize here as 2Piece trying to get ahead of his dribble, potentially going for a bump. Wavy was hoping to chip that over the top of the Furia member, but didn't get it over the top. Furia dunks it, a bump attempt, potentially a shot. Yan goes backboard, double, it's in!
Oh! Oh my goodness, yeah. He said, you know what, I've had enough of giving everybody else the goals. Let me get a highlight play, and this definitely is one. Locks in the reset, sends it to the backboard, and perfectly slots it. This time there was no inaccuracy, there was no missing the mark. That is perfectly placed.
To keep Virtus.pro on offense, but that's a good outplay by Talk. Down to Wavy, who has a defender going backwards. You don't want to go backwards on Wavy. He knows how to play against shadow defenders. And he almost created an opportunity for his team. Minute left to go. Another opportunity for Wavy to get something going. He did get around Lost. He's trying to pass down with a very little boost. He did, and it's a three-way 50-50 that goes the way of Virtus.pro.
I'm getting flashbacks to not VP, but when they were redacted for Shop 5 Rebellion, those 50s in front of the net that they just muscled their way through. It's how Wavy ended that series. It's how Two-Piece will keep Virtus.pro in this series versus FURIA.
So Two-Piece forced to try and do it instead. Good speed there from Two-Piece to beat out the cut from Yan, but it's still actually going to go to somebody else, but it is going to go to Yan as Lost will dunk at the midfield. This ball floating. It's races back and forth between both teams as they look for the edge here in the final seconds. Nobody going to this ball. Wavy takes a trip from all the way in the deep corner and still is the first one to get to it. Everybody had left to play, and that might favor Virtus.pro as Yan sending one to the sidewalk. Actually, Virtus.pro is backed off now. They're letting Lost dribble it straight down the field. This one's going to pop up for one last shot opportunity. No, it gets intercepted, goes to the ground. We got overtime for the follow-up shot, and he proves why as he's able to make the follow-up save. Now Two-Piece can't find Wavy. Lost cuts it off before anything can get going. Soft touch from Talk. Wants a flick or a pre-flip. Down to a teammate at 50 is out, but they could still get this one in. Wavy gets the angle, and Virtus.pro get the game.
Virtus.pro get their win on LAN. It was not the most successful group stage for them, but the end of it absolutely was.